Once again, we saw the CEO of Crypto.com gaining an audience with the President of the United States. It was a great honor and privilege to come back to the White House. Chris, the CEO of Crypto.com, posts at the real Donald Trump for this dinner with business leaders in the delegation of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I want to talk about this story with you guys in this video, and I want to talk about this super cool campaign going on where you could trade, deposit, and win a Rolex over on Blowfin. And by the way, when you guys do sign up for Blowfin, I've been taking advantage of the volatility of these markets. If you haven't paid attention to that, this trade on Bitcoin for me is currently $4,100 in the profit, $600 in the profit on my Solana trade, and still in the profit on this Astro trade as well with, you know what? I had a stop loss. I don't know where I went. I accidentally got rid of it. Set 40 something dollars in the profit. So not going to lose on that trade. Still got a lot of risk on the table for the Solana trade, which is fine. I have been slightly bearish on the market, but this is a very positive story for Crypto.com and CRO today, I'd say. However, when you take a peek at what's going on for the price action for CRO, we aren't really seeing any positive momentum, but this beautiful invitation that Chris, the CEO of Crypto.com, got. He had an audience with the leader of Saudi Arabia and the leader of the United States. Why wouldn't the price of CRO be going up? Well, smash the like button. Let's talk a little bit about that in this video, guys. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip. And again, if you guys do want to do some trading for yourself, check out the affiliate link in the description. When you sign up for Blowfin, you'll get access to our private Discord, and there are deposit bonuses there. And please remember, there is a cool campaign where you can get a Rolex with some of these different deposit bonuses, a Switch, an Apple Vision Pro. There's a lot of cool prizes over there. They're doing some cool campaigns over there, and I like Blowfin quite a bit. Obviously, the price action for CRO is suffering today. I told you guys yesterday, we kind of called for a bounce at 10 cents. That happened. I didn't expect it to be a long-lived bounce. Yesterday, we had Tom Lee coming out and say, Ethereum's probably going to find a bottom here. Pretty stupid. Here it is coming lower. I know I've been a little bit, it seems like I've been pessimistic. I think that the reality is that I've been a little more realistic on this crypto market. You know, I was really reflecting on this lately. Well, a lot of people were spreading hopium and excitement, and they were saying, oh, alt season's coming, alt season's coming. And for a while, I was hoping for an altcoin season to come, but there was a definite top that we had discussed on this channel. In Q4 of 2025 is when we expected the top to be. I told you guys there was going to be a chance of it happening in mid-October. I thought maybe it could extend in November or December, possibly. But technically speaking, based on the 1,065 days that we see a bull market last from the lows to the highs, I expected mid-October to be a potential top. That was the exact top. It turned out to be after the $20 billion liquidation event. And so I've been talking pretty bearish lately. We've been shorting this market. We kind of called the top with a certain percentage probability. It started with, I felt like 60% sure, then I felt 80% sure. I'm sitting at like 90% sure today. I still haven't budged from the 90% sure. I'll leave 10% chance that maybe we're going to get some continuation. But when Tom Lee came out the other day and said, oh, Ethereum's going to find a bottom here, I said, well, where's the floor? I mean, maybe there's going to be some kind of floor here at like $2,300, but realistically, Ethereum has been so weak. It hit a double top. It didn't even really break its previous high. Bitcoin is down to $89,000. Some people think we might find a recovery and start rallying into 2026. It's possible, but historically speaking, if a bull market lasts 1,075 days and we're already having a retracement, looks like a bear market. If it looks like a bear market, if it smells like a bear market, if it tastes like a bear market, it's probably a bear market, I would say. I think that the historical 4-year cycles are something we need to keep in mind. That's why CRO is not coming up, even with this very positive story. And I do think this is a very positive story that I want to share with you guys today. Chris got an invitation. I did not know this. I was not aware of this. He got invited to the Prince Mohammed bin Salman. I don't know how to say this whole name. Okay. And to the dinner for the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Okay. At the White House. That happened yesterday. They had this whole welcome invitation for the president of Saudi Arabia. This is a pretty significant event. You have right now the White House coming out and saying it's a special privilege to welcome His Royal Highness to Washington this year. We mark the 80th anniversary of the first meeting between the U.S. president and a Saudi king. Right now, you have the best friend you've ever had. That's what President Trump is saying in Saudi Arabia. You know, politics aside, well, I mean, let's talk crypto politics, right? Chris has aligned himself with the president of the United States, the pro-crypto president. The CEO of crypto.com has gone to the White House, the Oval Office, shaking hands with the president. He got invited to the Saudi Arabia dinner with the business leaders from Saudi Arabia. Do you think crypto.com is going to be doing a lot of business in Saudi Arabia where all the oil money is? I think that Chris and crypto.com are going to be doing a lot of business in Saudi Arabia where all the oil money is. He had a seat at the table, and that is something we've seen time and time again. And then you might be going, well, Kip, what are you doing? You're talking bullish here, but you're bearish. What are you? I am bearish on the price of Bitcoin right now. I do think there is potential for some kind of dead cat bounce, for a little bit of a revival. In the meantime, I have my stop loss set in the profit. $1,000 is baked in for me personally on this trade. I'm currently $4,000 in the profit. I'm trading over on Blowfin. I opened up a short on Solana as well. I have had some kind of bearish sentiment because I do believe in the 4-year cycle still. I'm trading all these different coins. These are all trades that are going well right now. I like to step my stop losses accordingly. And if you guys haven't signed up for this exchange at all yet, well, there are these cool deposit bonuses there. There's this trading volume Rolex competition, which is kind of cool. So you can win a Rolex if you trade over 250 million in trading volume, which sounds like a crazy amount, but when you're using leverage, actually, it can kind of add up. If you're doing a lot of trades, that's kind of how those things stack up. So that's kind of the way that these trading volumes work. You know, you could win a Nintendo Switch if you do like 7 million in trading volume, which again sounds like a lot, but it's actually really not a ton. Now trading is not for everybody, right? I've personally really enjoyed trading this market lately. I've had some pretty darn good calls lately on the price action for CRO, for Bitcoin, for Ethereum. We kind of called the top in this bull market, guys. And I shouldn't say kind of. I think we called the top in this bull market, okay? We've been talking about it for 4 years. The top potentially in October of 2025. That's exactly what happened. I'm telling my friends, like, I can't believe that, like, we actually had a thought here, and it's exactly what happened. It's the same thing I've been talking about on this channel for 4 years. People are like, what happened with crypto? Oh, only the thing that I've been talking about for the last 4 years happened. Here's where we were wrong, right? Because we were wrong in some areas, and I'm okay to admit it. It hurts, right? Crowcoin didn't go to $1. Crowcoin didn't go to $2. That's why I always say I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing here's financial advice. You can't get everything perfectly right. But I'll tell you this, Crowcoin, it wasn't some kind of underperformer. The whole altcoin market underperformed. When you look at the crypto total market cap, excluding top 10s, what you'll notice is you did not see from the 2021 highs we had in November and October of 2021, we did not see new highs put in. I am not surprised because Ethereum didn't even put in new highs. Think about that. Ethereum didn't put in new highs. And right there is when some people might want to say, well, that's why the top's not in yet, because Ethereum needs to still explode through these. What if altcoins just underperformed in this bull market? Tariffs might have weighed it down. The Fed rate cuts being delayed so long might have weighed it down. The 4-year cycle, if it still stands, says technically we are in a bear market, but I'll still leave a 10% chance that we could get some bullish momentum. So I'm ready to trade to the long side. I'm ready to trade to the short side. I'll tell you this, at some point soon, I will probably be opening up some long trades because I do believe we will have some kind of bounce revival before the full-fledged crash. The Bitcoin price goes down to, I don't know, 70, 60, maybe 50 or lower, $1,000 per coin. I will be looking for long opportunities, looking for some kind of bounces. In the meantime, I'm still trading the short side. And if you want to trade, check out the affiliate link in the description down below. Again, there's a trading contest going on with volume. There's a volume requirement. If you trade a certain amount of volume, you get all those cool free prizes. And then if you want access to our private Discord, you can just sign up for Blowfin. You don't even have to trade a thing or deposit a thing. You'll get access to our private Discord when you sign up for Blowfin, which is super cool. We launched that. I'm super excited about that. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, guys. Hang in there. Stay positive. Stay optimistic. This is something that I've been expecting for a very long time. I've been mentally preparing for this. And if you're not mentally prepared for it, hang in there, guys. If this is a bear market, it's going to be a wild ride. Go do some workouts. Go run. Go lift some weights. Go do some stretching. Go find a hobby. Go touch some grass. And if you have coins that you like, you can trade them, or you could just simply DCA them, or you could wait until when you think the bottom is. But one thing you don't want to do is just ignore the market. I don't think you want to ignore the market. I think you want to turn on your notification bell, subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with all things crypto. The number one mistake that people make in a bear market is a bear market comes and they go away. I think that's the number one mistake that people make in a bear market, because when you stop paying attention, that's when you miss the $15,000 Bitcoin bottom that we had in 2022. You don't want to be missing those generational bottoms, guys. You want to be capitalizing on the market when you can. Again, I am not a financial advisor. You must do your own research. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I am still bullish on CRO, and we will continue to give you updates on that. But in the meantime, in the short term, in the midterm, I'm in bear market mode still. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments down below. I want to hear from you guys. 2 videos here if you want to check them out. I'll see you in the next one, y'all. Peace. Love to all you guys. Later.